Hey everybody, so I wanted to give you a little bit of information about Chapter 9 Project 4. First of all Chapter 8, Chapter 9 work is graded as well as your Chapter 3 work, which puts us getting really close toward the end of the class. There's only a few more weeks to go. We've got, I believe, Chapter 4, 5, and then 10 and 11, and then Chapter 6 and 7 from Part 1. So we've got a few more weeks in there, and then we'll have a final exam. I'll be talking some more about that later on. If you plan on using ProctorU for your final exam, make sure and look at the instructions for how to schedule that. If you have questions, let me know. You're more than welcome to use the testing center here on campus as well. And if you don't want to use ProctorU or you're not sure where you can proctor, you can reach out and let me know. But the final exam does have to be proctored. So we'll talk some more about that later. But today I did want to tell you Chapter 8 and 9 work is all graded. I apologize, there's a little bit of delay in there. But for at least a couple of assignments, everybody that didn't get full credit or it wasn't really easy to explain what they missed got an individualized video showing how to fix it. So I hope that helps. So make sure and watch those. You can check that out in the feedback for your assignment. Then also Chapter 3 is graded. The forums for 8 and 9 and 3 are graded. So it should be completely caught up as far as grading goes. And maybe a few assignments that have been turned in a little late that aren't graded. I'm going to check that out this weekend. But then also, hopefully, the first part of next week, I'm going to send you an email with your current grade in the course so you'll know where you stand. I know the grade book right now can show you what you have missing, and the grade in the grade book right now is what you would get in the course if you stopped completely. So it's not exactly a grade to show you how well you're doing up until this point. It's a grade to show you, hey, this is what you would have if you didn't do anything else. So look for that in your student email in the class. If not this weekend, the early part of next week. So I'll get those calculated and sent to you. But for right now, I wanted to show you some stuff about Project 4 on Chapter 9. Most everybody got the main point of it, which is getting it into a table and sorting it. That's kind of what the chapter covers, but there's some really good stuff in here that's not even covered in the chapter that if you do it, actually creates a really good real world example of how Excel and tables can work well. So I want to show it to you. So I've got the model homes opened up. I haven't done any steps to it other than downloading it and opening it up. And it tells us that we want to format the range of A5 to E20 as a table. So I'm just going to use the select that range, select the quick analysis button, go to a table and sort it as a table. You can change it to a style of your choosing on the design tab here. There's all these different styles. So you can click on that and expand it out. We're a green school, so I'll go with the green, even though it's not quite the same green. And then here's where the power of tables really comes in. You can do a lot of this with filtering of data, but with tables, it works out really well too. You get all these options when you select on a heading. So it tells us to sort it by ascending order by the description column. So when we do that, ascending is A to Z. You click that and boom, it's alphabetized. You don't have to do sorts. If we wanted to sort by the values over here instead of doing a custom sort like what we did in earlier projects, you could just do this and sort it. It's super easy. Also, there's tons of filtering, text filters. Find the ones that contain equal, don't contain, kitchen, etc. So that's how we sort that. Here's where one of the really good things comes in. Step 6, it tells us to add totals below each model home that sum the total cost of the upgrades. So here, it wants a sum of all the upgrades. You can do equal sum and select them. You can do equals plus all these. The auto sum, though, is the best way to do it, and here's why. When you do the auto sum, if you click back up here, you see we got this weird formula. If this wasn't a table, it would have just said sum of the range B6 to B20. We do auto sum, though, it's doing a subtotal of this Cedar View model table. That's what it's been called, or excuse me, Cedar View model column in this table. So that's really important. Here in a minute I'll show you. Then we can just use the autofill handle to drag that same formula over. Okay, so now we've got subtotals for each of those. In A23, it asks us to put in the total model home price with upgrades. Okay, and then step 8 in B23 through E23 to do a formula that shows the total price of each home, which is the base price and the total upgrade cost. So anytime we do a formula, we always start with equals, and it wants the total price, excuse me, this is the total price as the base price, so we can click on that, plus the total cost of the upgrade, so we can click on that. Again, you can see it doesn't just reference B21, it kind of gives us this weird table 1 total Cedar View, etc. That's really important here in a minute. So we'll hit enter, use that fill handle to drag that all the way over, and we can see that same kind of table 1, the totals, New Haven, etc. So next, we're going to change the worksheet to landscape orientation. I like to use the page layout, orientation, and landscape. Center it vertically, so on the page setup, we'll go to the margins, center it vertically, and then we'll put our name in the header and footer, custom header, name, and the file name centered in the footer. I guess I have caps lock on. File name in the footer, file name, okay, so there we go. Okay, all right, so that's all the steps for the project. Turn that in, you're done, good to go. But here's why I wanted to show you all this. So I made a lot of mention about these subtotals and referencing the totals line. So when we look at this document, you'll see this is a model home pricing worksheet. This is something that a home builder could hand to a customer, email it to them. I guess you can't really hand it to them because it's in Excel, because you print it out. But if you were to email it to them, they can actually go through and filter out the things they want or don't want. So let's say they don't care about a patio slider door in the master bedroom, and they don't care about a finished basement because it costs too much, and they don't care about blah, 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 all these different things, okay? Watch these totals right here. When we click OK, it's going to filter out, it's going to filter out the ones that we didn't select. Our subtotals are going to update to the new total of all the upgrades that we left, and our base price, or excuse me, our total price now has that base price still, plus this new subtotal. So if we knew we had a $225,000 budget, we really cared about this stuff, well, we can't afford any of the houses other than the Cedar View model. Well, let's say we got pre-approved for a little bit more, so we want to add in a few things. We do want that finished basement. You see, this is $21,910 as this upgrade, $223. Now, $40,000 for a finished basement total with all the other things, and our new total price is $242,585. It's really easy to miss that, and it's so easy to get that to work in tables when you use the AutoSum, and not easy with the other ones. But it really becomes powerful because all that stuff is still there. We can go back to it. It's 44,000 total now. But the tables, the power of Excel with tables is a lot of these kind of things. And this is a great real world example of how we can use tables in Excel and formulas and how all that works out together so well. So I hope that's helped. Like I said, everybody got into a table pretty well, got the totals pretty good. The main thing is working with the table, getting it in there, but I didn't want you to miss this, so I hope that's helped. If you have any questions as you review your videos, let me know. Keep up the good work. I'll be sending out grades this weekend, early part of next week, so you can see where you're at currently in the course, which will be through chapter 3, which is what's been due. So let me know if you have any questions after you see that as well. Thanks.